How's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie, and today we're finally back. The 6 weeks are up. We have to wait no longer. Paddy the Baddy will be taking on Justin Gaethje this Saturday at UFC 324, and we will not be paying for this. I'm not paying shit. We will continue to be using Sports Search. All right, but starting off, just want to go ahead and say Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. That fight has been canceled. We do not care. We do not care. The only thing that they could have done to make it, a little better than what they did instead, just don't put Rose Namajunas on the main card. Put one of the fights that we actually care about. But we'll go ahead and start off. This card is stacked from top to bottom. We've got Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. Adam Fugit versus Ty Miller. I'm pretty sure this guy, his most recent fight was on the Contender Series. Let's see. Yep, most recent fight was on the Contender Series. He's 25. Adam Fugit is not very good. Adam Fugit's probably getting fed to this dude. So I'm going to say Ty Miller, probably second round TKO. I'm going to say they're going to want to have a bunch of bangers on top of bangers. They're going to want a bunch of finishes. Adam Fugit, he's getting fed. He is beating, his last fight was against Dulatov. He is getting fed. Mike Mallet. Yeah. Damn. That's tough. That's brutal. Gets fed to Dulatov, gets fed to Mike Mallet, and gets fed to fucking Miles Morales, who beat him with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. That's brutal. Yeah, we're rocking with Ty Miller on this one. Second round TKO. Moving on, we've got Cameron Smotherman versus Ricky Tercios. This is an interesting fight. Ricky Tercios is good. Who was his last fight against? It was against Sopaj. No, he's not very good. I'm capping. He got subbed by Raul. He got subbed by Chiwiwis. Lost a unanimous decision. Man, this guy's not very good. And I want to say Cameron Smotherman is kind of a fraud. Like, he's already been fraud checked multiple times. Yeah, got fraud checked by Ricky Simone. Lost to City. And I beat Jake Hadley, but Hadley's not very good. I think this fight's going to suck. But I'm kind of leaning towards Ricky Tercios, I guess. I guess I'm kind of leaning. No, we're leaning towards Cameron Smotherman via 29-28 boring decision. Josh Hokett versus Denzel Freeman. All right, now we've got ourselves an actual fucking scrap. Josh Hokett, we've got fat ass Colby Covington taking on. Who does this guy look like? He looks like, oh god, he looks like Uncle Phil. Hold up. Why does he, hold on. Why does he kind of look like Uncle Phil there? Yeah, we're rocking, I think Josh Hokett's going to get it done. The All-American Wrestler versus Denzel Freeman, who recently, who did he fight? Boujlo. He beat Boujlo, who is terrible. Merrick Boujlo's only fight. Yeah, he's not very good. Boujzilla. What a horrible nickname. But yeah, no, we're rocking with Josh Hokett on this one. I think Josh Hokett, fat Colby Covington is probably going to beat up Uncle Phil. I'm leaning second round TKO. I could see Josh Hokett getting a takedown in the second round after doing some work up top on the feet. Gets the takedown, ground and pound TKO. That's what I'm seeing in Josh Hokett's future. Moving on, we've got Unk versus Alexander Hernandez. Ooh, Michael Johnson is on a 3-fight win streak, I want to say. 3-fight, maybe more. Is it? No, he's on a 3-fight win streak right now. I think it's about time that we see Unk get chinned again. He's on a 3-fight win streak. Alexander Hernandez has been killing it. He just beat Chase Gooper in their last fight. Just destroyed Chase Gooner. And Michael Johnson, he's on a 3-fight win streak. I think this will be a war. I think this will be a great fight. I don't see this going the distance. I see one of them killing the other one. And since Michael Johnson is on a 3-fight win streak, I think it's bound to come to an end. I think Alexander Hernandez probably loses a round, maybe even 2. But I'm thinking 3rd round, cleans Michael Johnson's clock, puts him out cold. Yeah, I'm leaning towards a 3rd round knockout from Mr. Alexander Hernandez. R.I.P. Unk. You had a good run. It was a good, nice 3-fight win streak. You know, got back over 500 again, but I think it's come to an end. Moving on, we've got Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. Ooh, this is a tough one because Charles Johnson is the prospect killer. He murked Joshua Van at UFC. What was it? Was it UFC Noche? I think so. He murked Josh Van at UFC Noche in the Sphere like a year and a half ago, and now Josh Van is the champ. Alex Perez is not a prospect, though, so Charles Johnson, he doesn't have those superpowers like he normally does. Who was his last fight against? Almabayev? He got fucked up by Almabayev. Got fucked up by Tara, too. Let's see. Lost to Makayev. He did not look good against the guy he just fought, Almabayev. He did not look good against Almabayev, but Charles Johnson is a striker. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of leaning towards Alex Perez on this one. I had it in my mind that Charles Johnson is just gonna kill him in, I don't know, 1st or 2nd round cold knockout. But for whatever reason, I kind of have a feeling we're going to watch Alex Perez just control him in the grappling. I don't know why I'm seeing that. I can really see that happening, though. I want to say Charles Johnson colds him, but I actually don't think that's going to happen anymore. I think Alex Perez probably puts him in a pretzel. We see a really dominant yet boring 29-28 or maybe 30-27 where Alex Perez just wrestle fucks him for the majority of the time. Moving on, we've got Nikita Krylov versus Modestas Bukauskas. Did he just have the 1 minute of hell? No, he didn't. He had he killed Paul Craig. That's what it was. Let's see. UFC Fight Pass? No, we're not doing that. When was this? Fight card. Imavov versus Baralho. Yeah. He beat Kutalaba, beat Cerqueda. Ooh. He beat Pragnia. Pragnia is not very good. But he lost to Vitor Petrino. Ooh. I think he's definitely improved since losing to Petrino. The Baltic Gladiator. But Krylov's just really good. I think Krylov's probably going to get it done. I think Bukauskas has improved quite a bit since fighting Vitor Petrino, but probably not enough to beat Krylov. I think Krylov probably gets it done by a 30-27 decision. We're going with, if not that, I think Krylov probably gets a TKO in 2nd or 3rd. Moving on, we've got Andre Pulaev versus Ateba Gauthier. Another lamb to the slaughter for Ateba Gauthier. Hopefully this isn't like his last fight where Homeboy was just running around the fucking octagon trying not to get chinned. And then Ateba Gauthier eventually found his chin. But that was embarrassing. That was a really bad performance for whoever fought against Gauthier last time. Pulaev's last fight was against... Oh, he beat Ludovic Klein. Nick Klein. No, he didn't. That's a different guy. He lost to Chris Duncan. Or Christian Leroy Duncan. Chris Duncan. He lost to Christian Leroy Duncan. Ateba Gauthier is just going to slime out Pulaev. I think Gauthier probably gets it done. First round, slimes him out, puts him in a body bag, slumps him over. I think we see Pullaev tries pulling away because Gaethje is going in with one of his big flurries. Pullaev pulls away. Gaethje uses that, takes a big step in. Boom, left hand, crumbles him to the ground. Pullaev is dead. That's what I think is going to happen. Moving on, we've got Umnar Nurmagomedov versus Davison Figueiredo. We are all rocking with Figgy on this one. We all want Figgy to destroy Khabib's little cousin. We want Figgy to fucking butt rape Khabib's little cousin, but that ain't gonna happen. Khabib's little cousin is gonna put him into a pretzel and probably stick it so far up Figgy's butt he might retire. I really think we could see a retirement from Figueiredo depending on how bad this is. I want Figgy to win. It ain't gonna fucking happen. I think Umar is going to fuck Figgy in the butt bad. I think Figgy, he's gonna have anal prolapses. That's exactly what I think. I think Umar's just gonna bend him over, just gonna clap the shit out of him. Figueiredo is gonna leave sodomized, demoralized, and possibly retired. I think Umar. I don't think he wins. I don't think he finishes Figgy. I don't think that happens. But I do think he wrestle fucks him for 3 straight rounds, and Figgy can't do anything about it. And it'll be a really sad, really boring performance. And then Umnar's probably going to get the next title shot. If Merab doesn't make a quick turnaround. That's what I'm thinking. Moving on. We've got Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. This is a tough one. Arnold Allen or Gene Silva. This is fucking tough. Because Arnold Allen's been out for a very long time. His last fight was against Giga at 304 back in 2024. Damn, it's been over a year and a half since he's fought. That's tough. And then his last fight before then was Evloev. Oof. Who are his losses to? I know he... Who are these guys? Okay, I guess he was undefeated in the UFC until fighting Max. Okay. Oh, that's tough. Because Arnold Allen is really fucking good. I actually thought he beat Evloev. But Gene Silva was beating Diego Lopez until he got caught. Arnold Allen has never fought anyone who hits as hard as Gene Silva. Arnold Allen's got himself a fucking gnarly chin. But we've never seen him take bombs like Gene Silva dishes out, you know? That's tough. That's really tough. Everyone's picking Gene Silva this fight. Should I be the contrarian and be like, nah, we're rocking with Arnold Allen because everyone else is picking Gene Silva? Or am I going to look like an idiot because I'm the only guy who picked Arnold Allen when it was very obvious he was going to get slimed out? I think we're rocking with Gene Silva on this one. I think Gene Silva's probably going to... Yeah. I see Gene Silva sliming him out in the second round. I think Arnold Allen's going to have a really solid first round. I think could possibly even win the first round. But eventually he will get caught. Gene Silva's not going to be nearly as aggressive like how he was against Diego Lopez. He's not going to be nearly as reckless as he was in that fight. And I think he's going to be very patient. And he's going to catch Arnold Allen in the second round. I could see it. They're breaking away from the clinch. Arnold Allen tries throwing something up top, and then Silva just slips in an uppercut. Boom, knocks him down. Hammer fist, it's over. That's what I think is going to happen. I think Gene Silva, second round, they're going to be in the clinch. Arnold Allen's going to try throwing something. Gene Silva's going to slip in, throw a nasty uppercut, knock him down. hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist. It's all over. I think Jean Silva second round TKO. Moving on, we've got Natalia Silva versus Rose Namajunas. I'll be real about this fight. Natalia Silva's a baddie. Rose used to be bad. Now she's not. We're rocking with Natalia Silva on this one. I mean, there's not much else to say. Rose is a good fighter. But come on now. Natalia Silva's bad as fuck. Moving on. We do not care about this fight. We do not care. We do not care about fucking Rose Namajunas versus Natalia Silva. We just want to see Natalia Silva. That's just... We just want to see her get the belt so that she can take on whichever fucking lesbian... Oh, no. Flyweight is currently... Mackenzie Dern. So, we just... Yeah. Who cares? Who cares? Moving on, we've got Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Ooh, this is a tough one. A year ago, I would have said Derek Lewis kills Waldo. But Waldo has improved a lot in a very short amount of time. Me no black, I Dominican papi. Me no black, I Dominican papi. Versus H-Town. Derek Lewis, I mean, he really likes fucking around for the first 2 rounds and then locks the fuck in. But Waldo's been colding people in the first. I don't think that happens here. I don't think Waldo's got the power to cold Derek Lewis in the first. But I also don't necessarily... No, actually, I think Waldo wins the first, wins the second, but it's not like a dominant performance. It's just he does enough to win those 2 rounds. And then I think round 3, Derek Lewis locks the fuck in and then chins Waldo. I think we're going to see a brutal knockout in the 3rd round. And then I think we might see Derek Lewis get a fucking title shot. I think that'd be sick. I kind of think that's what happens here. I'm not going to lie. I was really leaning towards Waldo. But now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I kind of think Derek Lewis might get it. I think Derek Lewis survives 2 rounds of Waldo putting it on him, and then in the 3rd round locks the fucking big overhand, bombs Waldo Cortez Acosta. That probably knocks him out, and then he's gonna do, of course, the massive, just destructive fucking hammer fist. And then he's going to cave Waldo Cortez Acosta's face and it's going to whoosh. So that's what I think happens. I got Derek Lewis by third round knockout. Moving on, we've got Sugar Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. I think O'Malley beats Yadong. I think O'Malley's going to have Yadong in his hand and he's just going to crush Yadong. I think that O'Malley... he's been off of Jan the Peen for his fight with Merab. He got back on to Jan the Peen for his rematch. I think he's been Jan the Peen so good that he's going to beat the shit out of Yadong. He's been beating the shit out of his dong. Now it's time for him to beat the shit out of Yadong. You dig? I think Song Yadong... Yeah, I really don't see Yadong winning a single round. I think this is going to be an O'Malley masterclass. I think this is going to be one of the most dominant performances of O'Malley's career. We're all going to be looking at this fight like, oh my goodness, O'Malley is back. We need to book the rematch between him and Petr Yan immediately. That's kind of what I'm thinking happens. And if they don't rebook the Merab fight immediately, I think O'Malley might get a title shot. But if he loses, Umnar gets the title shot. But I don't think he loses. I think actually, yeah. I think O'Malley beats the shit out of Yadong. Very dominant decision. I don't think either of these guys are gonna get to finish, but I think O'Malley is going to pick at Yadong from range, snipe at him, just put on an absolute masterclass of a performance. I think Yadong is probably going to try and mix up the grappling, but he's not going to have it. O'Malley's going to stuff the takedowns. He did a lot better job of stuffing Merab's takedowns in the second fight until he got. You know, he was looking really, really good until he wasn't. Yeah, I kind of think O'Malley's gonna put on a masterclass, and we're gonna see a 30-27 very dominant decision from O'Malley. Moving on, the main event, this bullshit ass fucking interim title fight. I hate that this is interim. I hate that this is for the interim. I hate that this is for the interim. Justin Gaethje weaseled his way into a title shot. Paddy somehow weaseled his way into a title shot off of beating washed-ass Michael Chandler. And now this belt means nothing. This is a good-ass fight. If this was the co-main event to an actual title fight, phenomenal fight. Easily would be the best fight of the card if that were the circumstances. But this is for a fucking title. This is embarrassing. This really sucks. I hate this. I think that Paddy is going to obliterate Gaethje. I think Gaethje's going to have some moments in the first round, but Fiziev was able to get the takedown. I think Paddy is going to get the takedown, and he's going to maul the fuck out of Justin Gaethje. I think he's going to do him not nearly as bad as he did Michael Chandler, but I think this one actually kind of goes the distance, actually. But there's going to be at least 2 rounds where Paddy has top mount and he's just beating the fuck out of Gaethje. I think Gaethje survives, but that happens for at least 2 rounds. And for whatever reason, I think Paddy's going to do a lot better on the feet than we all are anticipating. I think Gaethje definitely probably wins most of the exchanges on the feet, but I think Paddy is going to do enough on the feet to where it's a pretty obvious 48-47 for Paddy. I think 2 of the rounds Gaethje is going to clearly win, but the other 3, Paddy's going to win. And I think Paddy the Baddy's going to win a very close 48-47 against Justin Gaethje. A lot of people think this one's going to be a finish. I don't see that happening. I don't see Gaethje holding Paddy. And I think Gaethje's good enough to survive a lot of things. But no, Paddy's jiu-jitsu is way better, though. Paddy really might twist him up into a pretzel. For whatever reason, though, I think Gaethje is going to survive. I think Gaethje survives the jiu-jitsu. It's going to be the ground and pound that Paddy looks really good in. Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards. I think Paddy the Baddy is going to win a very, very close decision, but the rounds that he does win are very clear and very dominant rounds. And I think Gaethje will win 2 closer rounds. Now that I'm seeing it all play out in my head. But yeah, that's who we got. We're rocking with Paddy the Baddy on this one. But it doesn't matter because once Ilya comes back, he's sliming both of these guys out in a single round. So it really doesn't matter all that much. I hate that this is an interim title fight. I don't care that Amanda Nunes, Kayla Harrison is not on this fight card. Nobody gives a fuck. We do not care. I just wish this was a 5-rounder now. But that ain't going to happen. Alrighty, y'all. These have been my predictions. We're rocking with Paddy the Baddy on this one. I greatly appreciate you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, tap the bell, do all those other things. And I will catch y'all in the next one.